Good evening, everybody. What's going on? Eric B is in the building. That dude right there is the sports guru himself, Hugh Lee. What up, Hugh?
What's good, man? Everything all right?
Oh, yeah. I'm good because it is time for Game Time Audible. We ready to talk some sports tonight here on FB and on YT and in the Bigo streets. What's going on, y'all? What is up? Let's talk. Let's get it in. Been looking forward to this all day. What about you, Hugh?
Yes, sir. We had to refuel. It was getting kind of a little stagnant at first when there wasn't a lot of news, and then we kind of figured we know what to do, man. We kind of gave it a little chance, and now, man, it's been stuff going everywhere, man. It's I know your phone been blowing up with a lot of the news.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So what we gonna do? We're gonna take a quick commercial break so everybody had time to shut it live, grab them a beverage and whatnot, and then we gonna go on get into it. Game Time Audible. We ain't gonna hold you up. It's on tonight. Let's do it.
Night Network presents Pastor Sean Love. Pastor Sean Love, devoted father and husband, a residing pastor at the River Rouge Bible Assembly in River Rouge, Michigan. Join him as he gives us messages from God's Word, Bible study, and encouragement. You can find him on YouTube under Sean Love.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Behind the Blue Curtain, Saturdays at 11 a.m. Eastern. Unscripted talk on police reform and race relations.
And now, behind the Blue Curtain's law enforcement liaison, retired 32-year Chicago police veteran, homicide detective, former commander, sergeant, grant writer, lecturer, and adjunct professor, Joseph J. Mosley.
Behind the Blue Curtain's minister of common sense, former 12-year Fort Worth police officer, educator, voice of reason, and unapologetic practitioner of sound judgment, the young scholar, LaRonda Young.
Behind the Blue Curtain's co-host, fact checker, and investigative journalist, Isidoro Rodriguez.
Hello, hello, hello. It's another glorious day, my T-Sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your comfort together because it's time to dish the tea. And you're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat.
Can't wait. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat.
Darling.
Game Time Audible. I'm here. Hugh is not. Where did he go? Hugh Lee, you get back up in here, bruh. We got to talk to sports. Where that go? There he is. You gonna dip off on me like that?
Oh yeah, I had to grab that beverage myself.
The stardom. One of our favorite supporters here at the Nighthawk Network. What's going on, bro? Thanks for checking on in. We appreciate you.
Well, thanks for everything, man. Thanks for all the love.
We're ready to talk sports. So before we get into all the major ones, I got to get into this. You know, we ain't been on since it happened, but let's talk about one young lady that we know as Simone Biles. What's your thoughts, Hugh, about the whole scenario? Give me the
Man,
run.
just to let you know, everybody human, man, and no matter how good we are in life, man, we go through certain struggles, and we basically have to be put on a pedestal. She get put on a pedestal a lot. We love her; she the GOAT. You know, it ain't no doubt. But we all just go through our problems in life, man. We face demons, and we go through a lot of stress and anxieties, man. It kind of caught me off guard at first because I thought that, she got hurt really bad. But when I went through and looked, I said it didn't look like nothing happened. But then, yeah, man, sometimes just certain things like pressure or stress or a lot of things can trigger our anxieties, man. And just it just basically let me know she's human, man. No matter how great she is or how great Naomi Osaka is, man, they're still human, man. And I just feel like too, E, and I'm not even trying to put race in this, but I know you may agree. Sometimes I feel like they give white athletes when they say that a bigger pass than black athletes, man. They'll be quick to say, "Hey, man, you've been given everything in your career, and now all of a sudden, this is what you want to do. This is what you amount to be." But when if a white athlete say the same thing, they'll just look at it like, well, "Yeah, we all have trauma and stress every day, and I salute that person from coming out and mentioning and saying what they said on air." But with us, they look at us, are we spoiled rats? Or they look at us like, well, man, we take advantage of situations. Or if we telling you, like Naomi Osaka said, she just have anxiety or she might be stressed or don't want to talk to the media, you know? And they'll be like, well, man, how dare you? But if the counterparts say that and they're a different skin complexion, man, I look at it like sometimes they get them a free pass and they kind of badger, the black athletes that they have the same issues.
Okay, now here's the thing. You know that I hate that we keep bringing ourselves to making this thing about race. But for some reason, we always end up down this rabbit hole. However, this time it is somewhat valid. The fact that she was a black athlete did lead to some of the backlash, but I think more of it comes from not her being a black athlete, but from her being a woman athlete. Understand, if this had been one of the male counterparts having this issue, like in the past, Michael Phelps has talked about some of his issues in terms of mental health, and he did not receive nearly the backlash that this young lady did. However, part of it comes from the fact that, of course, it happened during the Olympics and not before or after.
Yeah.
But again, if she decided not to do any of the events from that point forward, she is still, in my mind, the greatest gymnast of all time.
By far.
The fact that she won the bronze medal, not even doing her best routine, basically doing a secondary routine, and it was still good enough to win the bronze medal, just based on the elements thereof, let you know what type of skill this lady possesses. Understand also, I have never been a superstar athlete, but you can attest to this. We have been one of the better players on a sports team, have we not, at some point?
Oh, absolutely.
You know the stress that comes with that. That okay, well, I got to play good, otherwise we ain't gonna win. And then you play good, or you don't play good, or at least as well as you think you can, and you end up losing. Whether you 9 years old or 49 years old, that just hit different.
And the platform she on too, man. That's a huge platform. You got not millions, but billions of people watching, man.
Understand these people have prepared for this moment, some of them since they were 4 and 5 years old. Now, granted, some people make the argument, well, okay, you've done this all before. Why was it not an issue then? Understand, people, there is part of this story we do not know. And I think that will come out in the watch. Understand the ideal world, I want Simone Biles to go home, lock up, turn TV off, turn off social media, and just relax for about a week or two. Forget all this shit in half. And then when you come back out and it's time to talk, do not do the talk show circuit, because I promise you, it's 20 talk shows already lined up talking about when you get home, can you come on? Can you come on, Ellen? Can you come on either? Do not do the talk show circuit. I understand they pay for appearances and all of that. Hold out, baby girl. Hold out. There's only one person that I need to talk to you. And we all know who that is. Tell them, Hugh.
Who you want to talk to her?
When it's time to do the real big interview about the real big shit, it's only one person worthy of that. You know who that is.
Who, Oprah?
You know it. You know it. You gotta go
what she gonna be on a humble standpoint, and she's gonna make you feel comfortable regardless. That's just who she is, bro.
Cause that's just gonna be like talking to your auntie, and auntie gonna pay you, boo boo. She gonna pay you big money for the exclusive interview. So damn Today Show, damn going on Kelly Clarkson or any of that. When you ready to talk, and only when you're ready to talk, go talk to Mama Oprah. And then after that, write your book, set up your gym, and ride off to the sunset and make your money, boo boo. You still get some endorsement deals and all of that. So no shame, none at all. And anybody that feels like that young lady let America down and all that, judge not your girl, judge your mama. That's how I feel on that one. Judge your mammy. Nah, that's what I feel about that. Now, okay, we got that out the way. Let's talk about some of the major sports and what's been going on with that. Pick one, Hugh. We'll go from there. Which one you want to do first?
You know what? We could do basketball if you want to.
All right, basketball it is. Now, you know, two things went on while we was on hiatus. We first of all had the NBA draft, then we had the NBA free agents. We'll first should go to the first thing that went on, the draft. As you know, our team, they the ones that had the number one pick, and we chose Cade Cunningham, everybody's preeminent favorite, to be the best player in the draft. We chose him, and the good thing about it, Hugh, he wants to be here. Him like Detroit. Him do. He even can't.
This game.
Hold on. Where my buffs? Let me make sure I got my buffs so I can represent Detroit properly. That was instant respect. Because then after that, he thrown the bus. He's like, yeah, Detroit, what up, though? Oh, yeah, that brother, he down. He know what it is. He didn't did his homework.
What job it is.
If he that quick a study about Detroit and he is that good a study about playing basketball, we got a good player. Would you agree?
I've had that draft all along too, but you put me on Cade, man. At first, when I see them in that first half, I hit you up like, yeah, I don't know about this guy, man. He ain't doing nothing. It was like he froze for a minute, man. It was like that pressure. But when he came out and scored that 20 in that second half, man, I was like, this guy the truth, man. Not only did he lead his team to that victory, he carried them on his back, man. And then to get Livers too, man, you know.
When you look at that team, really look at the team he was on, they sucked, okay? It reminds me of that one year when Ben Simmons played for LSU. It was the same type of scenario. LSU was not a good squad. When he was not on the floor, they were off. They weren't even the third worst team in the SEC that year. They looked like they could have played Mid-American Conference that year without him. Anything made LSU basketball anything worth watching. Same with that and Cade and Oklahoma State. They are not a good squad without him. I imagine if they don't got nobody halfway decent to replace him this year, Oklahoma State gonna be taking many a butt whoop.
You ain't had too many good players from Oklahoma State, man. You know, we had Marcus Smart. That was probably the only person I know.
Pretty much.
That's it.
But yeah, that being said, as far as the rest of the draft, some interesting picks we made. The Pistons. We got Isaiah Livers out of Michigan. He could have stayed another year, but knowing that Ben Casey is very much a developer as a coach, I feel like he'll still get the work in that he needs to develop properly. Garza, I'm not mad at that pick in the second round. Understand he's a big man. He's more of an old school NBA big man, kind of back to the basket. Good rebounder though, decent defender for his size. We'll see if they're gonna more or less go with a running gun style for the Pistons or more of a half court set. That would dictate how much he plays. I definitely like who they picked in free agency, but we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, the Pistons pick. Were there any other picks that you found interesting?
I kind of figured a lot of those guys was gonna fall in place, but I really thought that the international guys, I didn't think they were going to come off the board so fast. So I was actually surprised with some of those picks. But for the most part, we knew who was going to be 1 and 2, and then everything else was kind of scattered. So yeah, when I looked at it, I was like, man, they're picking a lot of the foreign guys right now off the board, and you know we're not familiar with a lot of them. But then you know they do a lot of their homework on those guys. But yeah, I really felt like it was interesting because I felt like some of the guys who were in college and played in some of the G League United was going to get a little higher drafted. But yeah, it was a lot of international people got drafted pretty fast too, man.
Well, I'm not surprised by that because one, remember, some of those guys, they didn't play a bit more than the college people did. Remember, because of COVID considerations and whatnot, it wasn't a lot of good play in the NCAA, at least that first half of the NCAA season. A lot of teams missing games due to COVID and all of that. And then, of course, overseas, they kind of got started sooner than we did in terms of getting back into play. And then remember, most of those international people, they have already played professionally, so they kind of got a leg up on some of the college kids in that regard. So that's part of what that's about.
I didn't like the fact that Jalen Suggs went 5. I thought he was going to go like maybe 2 or 3. That's one thing I didn't like at first too, man. So I was pissed with that. But just a lot of the international dudes kind of, because, I was like, man, who are some of these guys? But like you said, man, the NBA smart now, man. A lot of them do their research, man. I don't think that we did our due diligence on research with the Pistons in the past with Darko. We ain't even going to get into that. But a lot of these guys that come out, they be pro-ready, man. Like when I first seen Luka, I was like, okay, when you start seeing tape on him, you knew about him because that's what they've been talking about before he even touched the pro list. A little disappointed with some of the guys who were overseas, so I thought it was too fast-fetched. But at the same time, I definitely like some of those picks. But you kind of figured Jalen Green was going to go, and you figured that he was going to go right after our guy. I was just happy that we did the right thing. At first, I wanted them to try to put in more trades or something or see what they can get. But I was happy with our draft all along, man. So I was definitely thankful because this is the first time.
Understand, people, don't be surprised if Jalen Green not only ends up scoring more points a game than Cade Cunningham, but mess around and win the Rookie of the Year. That does not mean we made the wrong choice. That means that he is in a better situation to do what he needs to do. In other words, Jalen Green in Houston, he got to score. He going to have to score. He is going to go to first. Cade, not so much. He will be definitely counted on to be a solid starter, but all the pressure will not be on him. That's why I say overall in the end, he will probably succeed better than Green in regards to that.
Because we got a nice little developmental squad, man. I'm digging those guys. We seen flashes. We were like, these guys, they getting blew out by like 30. Then some nights you seen them handle teams like your LA Lakers and some of the bigger teams, but we didn't think that they even deserved to be on the same floor with. And they basically let you know, man, right there, that all they got to do is put some more pieces around them with this solid draft. And like you said, man, we might be in that top 5 again next year, man. Get a couple more draft picks and get some good solid distributors in the second round. Man, I'm definitely looking forward to the next couple of years and seeing.
Actually, I'd be very surprised if we do not find the Pistons, Houston, and Oklahoma City back in the lottery again next year. I don't see anything improving enough right now to get past that. I say we maybe win 10 more games than we did last year, but we still going to be in the lottery and hopefully get another decent pick. Now, what also surprised me was one, Franz Wagner, Mo's little bro. He went rather high. Understand, I kind of felt like he should have stayed in school. Everybody talked about him being NBA ready and having NBA skills, but they based that more so on what he did overseas than necessarily what he did at Michigan. Because at Michigan, he showed flashes, but in the same token, I didn't feel he was quite ready for prime time, and I definitely didn't feel like he was a lottery pick, but there he was at number 7.
Yeah, man, I didn't like the Mobley pick, man. I didn't really think it made no sense at first because I'm like, ain't Mobley a big man? They already had Jared Allen, so I was kind of confused with that too. I don't know what's gonna go on with that. I just thought y'all have a big man. Why don't y'all get better pieces around him? Because he's a hell of a defender, man. This guy right here, I know he's more of like a hybrid center, power forward, whatever they call them nowadays. But I thought that was weird. Did you kind of scratch your head on that one too?
Well, see, here's the thing. I'm thinking they more or less think of some type of Twin Towers type deal with them too. Particularly since he a big man, but more so from a defensive standpoint. In terms of his actual offensive play, he kind of more of a small power forward, just a larger version thereof. But then, of course, some of the other corresponding moves they made in free agency made that make a little more sense. But then again, not so much. We'll get into that.
Okay.
I say overall the draft was about what I expected. Again, I think we'll find a couple diamonds in the rough, particularly in the second round of this draft. But this was definitely not the LeBron type draft where you had like 4 of the top 5 players end up going to be in the Hall of Fame one day. Nor was it one of those drafts where you get a definite NBA changing type player like a Shaq or Patrick Ewing or Allen Iverson. LeBron, this was not that draft either. Like I said, K will be a solid player. I think Green will be a solid player. They may both be all stars one day, but I don't think we're gonna get a lot of Hall of Famers out this particular draft.
No, I agree.
And we all understand that. So hopefully we practice patience here in Detroit. Before we move on, I'm gonna do some quick hockey talk. I definitely like the direction that Steve Eisman went in as well with the Red Wings in their draft that was also around that time while we was out. The 2 big picks they made, there was the defenseman they picked, the number 6 pick, 6'4" defenseman. In the NHL, you might as well be 6'10" if you 6'4". That's a big dude. And then of course the goalie that they picked, he is 6'6.5". So yeah, you might as well be 7'4" in the NHL. That's a big ass goalie, Hugh.
The thing is, too, just from his line of work, what Eisman did when he got, just basically, we could talk about the Tampa Bay Lightning, man. He put all his fingerprints on that team, man.
Bottom line, that's his resume right there. A back-to-back Stanley Cup champion. So if he brings that type of cachet to us and makes us Hockey Town once again, Eisman is a bigger legend than he already is here.
At least give us 2 more championships. I'll be happy.
I'll take it. Absolutely. We got Van checking in. We got Oxmed in the building. This Loyal Energy checking in on the show. What's going on? Not much going on this way, but we know y'all out there listening. Come on here, chime in. Let us know what you think. But okay, so yeah, that's it as far as the hockey talk. That's the most hockey talk we will ever do on this show. You know that, right? Unless we're winning. But anyway, then of course we had the NBA trades. The NBA and the give me a second. It's that time of night, y'all. Y'all know what it is. The NBA and the free agency. Yeah, there we go. All right, Oil. Okay, so first of all, we got to talk about the big trade, okay? We all know what it was because particularly if you are people like, shout out to Antonio Tillman and of course my Uncle B. Buckner, y'all definitely liked it. Yep, here we go. What do you think of the Lakers lineup so far? They already talking about it in Beagle already. We're about to get to that, man. We're talk about it right now. Yeah. So first of all, they made the big deal to bring on young Westbrook. What is your thoughts about that one, Hugh?
Man, I'm just hoping that he be a more of a distributor because when he played that alpha male role in OKC, man, that kind of pushed Durant out. He wanted to go in a different direction. I don't think LeBron gonna have that on his team, regardless. I don't care who you put on that team, that's still that man's team. So he's gonna have to play with that team. He's gonna have to do a James Harden role, which I was surprised that they all coexist in, Brooklyn. Even though I feel like they were injured a lot, but when they played together, they looked good, man. It was like they passed the ball around. You could see them, making sure everybody got a hand on the ball. And I really was shocked that it worked the way it did.
Yeah, Van is saying the Lakers are trying to be like the Warriors. In other words, I'm saying because create a super team. Okay, here's the thing. This is going to go one or two ways, y'all. Check it out. Either this, the way it's constructed right now, where you got basically 36, 37-year-old LeBron, you got Westbrook about 33, 34, you got Anthony Davis, been in the league quite a bit himself, from an NBA standpoint. He damn near 30. You got, of course, they didn't signed on your boy Carmelo, same age. He actually 38, if I remember right. So, yeah, those are basically your starting components right there. That's an old team, y'all. Granted, we got 5 Hall of Famers on that squad, but they are not in their prime. None of them. Not even Antonio Davis. He's not even in his prime at this point. So you got that. Now that's going to go one or two ways. One is going to go to model of, again, let's bring up the Red Wings. Back in the day when they were trying to get a couple more championships, they went the old free agency route. They picked up Chris Chelios. They picked up Brett Hall. They picked up a couple other people from LA, as I recall. and they made it happen. They won a couple more championships with all those elderly people on the ice. It worked for them. Then, of course, there's the other route. Remember 2004, y'all? You remember that squad the Lakers had? You had Shaq and Kobe. You had the veteran. You had your boy Gary Payton. You had the big Karl Malone. You still had Derek Fisher on that squad. Basically, for all intents and purposes, 5 Hall of Famers. And if I remember right, Robert Horry was on that squad too, was he not?
Mm-hmm.
And despite all that, who won the championship that year? Detroit Pistons. That's right. Thank you. But yeah, no. So it could go one or either way. Understand, they are in the West. The West is always going to be competitive, y'all. We got other teams that are up and coming. Again, the Phoenix Suns. They're going to contend with that. So what's that going to look like when they get into a series again, and then all the older guys are going to have to run with the young Bulls? Now, granted, they got Chris Paul on that side running the point, but they also have all those other great young players that's only going to get better from here. I'm definitely expecting big things out of Booker next year. He's definitely going to be an MVP candidate, no doubt. So we got that. Utah's still going to be back in the mix, okay? Yeah. Still waiting to see what Portland going to do. Surprised they did not do more in free agents. Surprised that there's still a team that has Dame Dollar on it. I almost certainly thought that once the dominoes started falling, Dame was going to make that move, and he was going to be the one to end up in LA. But apparently, they saying Dame still wants to ride it out in Portland. But anyway, yeah, the Lakers, that's going to be interesting to see. Bottom line is it's going to all depend on what they are looking like in terms of injuries next year.
Yeah, because, they're pretty injury prone, man.
Okay, and Bucks in the finals is what Van Beal is saying. Now, understand, the Bucks, of course, are definitely going to be in the running. They're the champs. They still got a young team. Everybody very much in their prime. Hopefully, Giannis is still working on that jumper over the summer, because bottom line, he's still pretty dominant without all that. But if we can get him to 70% from the free throw line and get a consistent jumper going on from the perimeter, ooh, baby, look out. And yep, the Suns definitely going to be the mix. And don't forget some of the up-and-comers going on up in there, okay? You definitely will have teams like Memphis looking better next year. You'll have teams in the East, like bottom line, you already know the Nets are going to be in the mix. Interested what Atlanta's going to do next year. Remember, if Trey had not got hurt the way he did, we might have been talking about them in the Suns. So, yeah, they are definitely going to be somebody to talk about. And then, of course,
good move too, E-Man. Surprised me when I was going to talk to you about it. You said leave it for the show. We're going to leave it for the show. Chicago Bulls made some really good deals, man. They got.
No, they didn't. Go on. I'm going to tell you why. Talk it out. I'm going to tell you.
The Lonzo Ball part was, but with the DeRozan, I think he should have stayed there, but I understand why he left. But I was just surprised, though. The one thing I didn't like about Chicago, which I'm going to explain right now, what happened to Vucevic? Is he staying or where is he going right now?
Good question, but okay. You done yet? You done? I'm going to tell you why you're wrong. Okay, first of all, the main deal that Chicago made outside of their draft picks was going for Alonzo Ball. First of all, New Orleans, what are you doing? What are you doing? We all done heard the rumbles that Zion is suddenly not happy in New Orleans. And now you turn around and trade all the people that he likes to play with. What are you doing? Are you purposely trying to piss him off? All right, Lawyer, thanks for checking in. I appreciate you. But yeah, are you purposely trying to piss him off? Do you want him to leave? Do you really want him to leave? And then all that hard work that you made happen to trade AD and get all some good stuff back so you can get these quality draft picks, including the #1 pick, and then 2 years from now, you right back where you started, pre-AD. It is said that part of the problem is the owner, who also owns the football team down there, is more concerned about the Saints than he is the Pelicans. The Pelicans are also, yeah, we'll deal with that too. But no, you are supposed to be building around Zion, not taking away all his pieces and leaving him out there to dry. You know they didn't doom themselves to the lottery with that move, first of all. Second of all, Lonzo Ball, yes, definitely improved as a player. Remember when we thought he would never be able to shoot and whatnot? A decent shooter now. Always was a decent passer, good rebounder even. But okay, you have sent him to the Bulls to play with who?
It ain't really too many people on that squad. I do like Levine though.
That squad, Hugh. Name them right now.
Besides the additional players,
Just name some people, man. Don't even look it up. Just name some people. Now, shame on you. You sports guru. You supposed to say Zach LaVine come out your mouth off rip, okay?
you know I said Zach Levine.
Okay, so Zach LaVine is on that squad, right?
Lonzo over there. Vucevic, I don't know where he at.
Zach LaVine, Lonzo Ball. They both have the same problem. What's that problem, you?
I don't think they're gonna coexist, man.
No, that ain't the problem. They're gonna get along fine. Injuries. They stay in, both of them.
I've seen Levine more out than Ball though.
Ball done been out for a significant amount of time. Every year he been in the league. What is you saying? He stayed hurt.
Out on the I didn't really see him as being injured as much on the Pelicans. Yeah, LA he was injured a lot though.
Yeah,
that's what I think them to leave putting that trade in, getting them out of LA.
Now understand when I first saw the news reported and it said Ball traded to the Bulls. Of course, at that point, I'm like, what the hell is Charlotte doing? Because I thought they saying LaMelo went to the Bulls. Now that move I liked. But when I found out it was Lonzo, I'm like,
not this early. Come on, E.
I'm like, oh no, what are you doing?
LaMelo gonna stay put for a minute.
In Chicago, they looking to make the Bulls relevant again. Okay, you have the stress. I mean, bottom line, Derrick Rose is from Chicago. If he couldn't bring Chicago to relevance after Jordan, I don't think anybody will. It's gonna take a Jordan.
Damn sure ain't gonna help him. One of my boys about who was decent on LA.
Chicago, you play under the hugest shadow when you go to Chicago, and they deem you okay. You the man now. No, unless you can hold that title, unless you got some LeBron James type skills, that is not what you want, bro. Again, ask D Rose about that. If he could make it happen, and he was the MVP at one point, remember that? Then I don't see nobody in the near future pulling that off. Perhaps Imani. Who's Imani? Y'all gonna learn about that, brother. We're gonna talk about him a little bit. But yeah, otherwise, no. Chicago, I still say they end up in the lottery next year. I don't even think they're gonna make the playoffs with that squad. And we talking about a team in the East. I don't think that's gonna turn out to be as good as you think, Hugh. Do not be surprised if it takes early on that they trade Lonzo again. I could see it happen.
They was close to making the playoffs last year, but it was too little too late when they got Vucevic, though.
So, yeah, like I said, I wasn't so overly enthralled with those moves. You know who also should have did better? The Knicks. Yeah, cousin. I know you ain't in the room right now, but if you catch the lady, yeah, the Knicks, they could have did better.
I think the Jazz should have did better.
I mean, they made some okay moves, but in the end, it shouldn't make them no better than it was this year. So, yeah, the Knicks will probably make the playoffs next year, especially since they're in the weak East. But I don't see them getting past the second round with the squad as it's presently made. Now, here's the thing. Again, there's two moves that probably will be made next year, in my humble opinion. Maybe even three. One, let Portland get off to a bad start. Oh, yeah, it's on. It's on. I think that's going to be it for your man. They ain't going to be like, I can't do this no more. Trade my A. Trade me. I want to win. And in the end, remember, that brother making a lot of money. So only a few teams going to be able to afford him at that point. The Lakers will not be one of them. The Clippers will not be one of them. So where does that put him? That means he's going to end up in one or two places. The aforementioned Chicago or where else you?
He could go to the Knicks because they always have money.
Absolutely. And understand, you put Dame Dollar, superstar player, good with endorsement deals, budding rap star, all of that in that environment of New York City, playing for an ownership and a general
Big
manager
market.
familiar with people like Jay-Z and such. That's a pretty good move for Dame Dollar.
And he rapped too.
Same with
Come
Chicago.
on, that'll be a crazy move.
Have Chicago, go hang out with Chance the Rapper. Kanye come work with you. An album produced by Kanye with Dame Dollar. He might be the next NBA player to go platinum. So it works out good for his business career and his playing career.
Yeah, definitely getting out of Portland. Not even disrespecting Portland, but just on the marketing end. That'd just be a smart move on his behalf.
Bottom line, if it go down like that, Chicago, you get him whatever you need to get him to get Dame Dollar. Whoever you got on the squad, you start the hell over. And you tell Dame, look, we're going to get you here. And then next year, we're going to open up the purse and we ban what you need to make it happen, bro. And we're going to get all these extra draft picks, too. So that's move one. The second move, New Orleans get to tanking like I do figure they will. Yeah, if I'm Zion, I want to be here. I don't want to be here. Trade my big ass. I don't want to be here. I'm going to do like AD. Y'all don't want that. You remember how that went?
That fool mentioned it at the press conference. He wanted out.
Right, and at that point, this ain't, okay, well, let's just get him out of here. It's going to be like, where you want to go, Zion? Because Zion going to be like, I'm only going to 4 teams. Don't trade me nowhere else. I won't show up. You know how NBA players doing it nowadays.
Oh, yeah. They make the decision.
And if you Zion, where's the best place for Zion Williamson to go?
Man, he could get a lot of places. For one, you probably laugh at me even mentioning this, but just a discipline standpoint, man, I would like to see him in San Antonio.
Now, that's a very interesting one. Okay.
Just because of discipline and all.
You think him and Pop would get along?
I definitely think so, man. The problem is with Zion right now, I feel like they are giving up on him in New Orleans because they feel like he's partying and like he said, he shared his money with the women. But at the same time, man, it's just they don't feel like he had a passion for it, man. You know, they feel like, and his parents think that, yeah, you know, he's getting in too much trouble here, man. We need to get him somewhere else. I don't know how much trouble he can get into in San Antonio, but I think he'll do well with Popovich, man. And Popovich will develop him and give him the discipline he needs, man. I think that'll be a solid, low-key place that a lot of people won't think of.
I understand. It's a good place for him, and it's a place where he'll probably want to go. You, Zion, you want to go to New York. You want to go to the Mecca and play with your boy. You know you want to play with his boy.
Randall?
His Duke brethren. You know what it is. You know he want to play with Derek. Come on now. That's his boy. That's his homie. You want to go play with his homie. You know the homie been telling him about New York and how he can get up and make these big money deals. And they got some fine women. No disrespect to New Orleans. There's some nice women down there, but they can't compete with New York. Another place I could see Zion going. Miami only getting so far. They done made a couple decent deals. You go on and package some of them other folks, Dunn and a couple other those folks. Bam out of Bayou. Package them up to New Orleans and go on and get Zion. Put him with Butler and the point guard, bro.
Yeah, you heard what happened to I know you know about the Kyle Lowry. That's what you was probably mentioning. But then I heard they about to try to get back on the depot too, man.
I don't see why not. That's a very nice mixture they got going on. They make that happen. Don't sleep on Miami. I know my cousin ain't trying to hear that. I wish he was here to defend the opinion, but yeah, said Bill. New York, it ain't a done deal there. They will.
My man's just re-signed too with Miami when Butler signed his deal.
Right.
They got their court.
So yeah, look out for them two players, okay? Another third person that might be looking to get moved if it don't go well. Down there in Utah. Utah start to get kind of flat and whatnot.
Man, Donovan Mitchell.
Spider Mitchell on somewhere else. Now, see,
I know you heard the rumor about him and Rudy Gobert falling out at one point, and they had to try to put that glue back together, man.
Exactly.
But yeah, I don't think that's enough neither, E-Man, while we're talking about Utah, man. Yeah, y'all kept Mike Conley. He's a good veteran player. But you guys was the number 1 seed last year, man, and to just basically get put off and the way that y'all did, man, we already felt like they were pretenders at number 1, but they didn't even stand a chance, man. And that was the sad part, man. And I just don't feel like they did enough to improve that team, which they definitely should have been looking into, man. They had all the opportunity in the world, man. Now they just sitting still, and I just don't feel like they can do it with the second team around them, in my opinion.
That's right. And let us not forget the team that everybody is sleeping on right now. Remember, if not for the injury to that young man, that would be Mr. Murray, Denver definitely would have been in the mix last year. Hell, they might have made it to the finals if they was fully healthy. And they got all coming back. And the Joker, he only getting better, y'all. That is the preseason MVP candidate yet again. I'm telling you, don't sleep on the Joker, baby. So yeah, like I said, overall, I felt like NBA free agency was okay. It was some decent moves made, but I really feel like we waiting for the big shoe to drop. It's not going to drop during this offseason. I think when it's time for the NBA season to start, we're going to see how it goes in the first 20 games. Then we get around the trade deadline, the big shoe's going to drop. It's going to be some blockbuster deals made. I can even see a 4-team trade jumping off at some point. Some teams saying, hell with it. This ain't working. Let's get rid of these last couple of folks and clear out this payroll.
Absolutely.
Okay, we need one more piece, and we'll be there. Zion, like, who on the squad? Zion. You want to come play with your homie? All right, hold on. We'll give you blah, 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 and here you go. Because bottom line, they suckered New Orleans out of Lonzo. They didn't get Zion up out of there. Because again, like I said, I don't think this owner is about the basketball. He not.
He needs to, like we said, he needs to focus on New Orleans and Saints. We ain't gonna talk about it though. We're gonna leave them off the board, man. We talk about them when the football be more relevant. But yeah, I'm just really surprised too. New Orleans, like you said, is staying put, man, and they trying to make that man happy. But I definitely feel like he's pushing his way out of there too, man. I just don't think that that it was a good fit for him, man. Yeah, they all welcomed him with open arms, but now it's kind of seemed like it died out. So yeah, man, hopefully they can make some moves to do something, man. I don't even see a spark over there right now. Or like you said, I do love my man Brandon Ingram. Definitely love him, man. Think he's a baller, but I think they need more. Man.
And remember, he ain't the most uninjury-prone player either, for that matter.
Not at all. He definitely improved his game, but that dude needs to gain weight, man, because he was a twig too, man.
Yes. I mean, bottom line is everybody can't beat Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, small and built, but pretty sturdy. Outside of course, the Achilles injury, he's been pretty solid throughout the year.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, all ain't able. But yeah, like I said, I'm interested to see how it all breaks down from that point on. Also, shout out to the WNBA. They're about to get started back up in a couple days after the Olympics is over. Apparently, the women are doing okay. Again, I ain't keeping up with the Olympics. It's still bootleg. I ain't having it. The people of Japan ain't having it. Every day, their COVID numbers going up more and more. They scared that the athletes bringing the Delta variant to them. That's a whole nother conversation. But anyway, so yeah, that's our talk about the NBA. We're going to shift gears a little bit. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, let's talk a little baseball. Because baseball, that's where the real Willing and Dylan went on.
Excited. That's why I chose basketball first. We're going to go on and finish the show with this.
Now, the sports guru, when we talked about it earlier, we was like, yeah, that was crazy. Now, some of that was crazy. I agree on that end. So, yeah, we're going to have that talk when we get back. Gametime Audible, Hugh Lee, EB, be back. Don't forget about this, y'all. Have you been scrolling Facebook and looking for that quick sports fix? Want a quick peek of what's going on in the latest sports news? check out Pure to the Game Sports Blog with the sports guru, QD Lee. He'll get you together. Check it out. Follow it on Facebook. Make sure you like it. All right, y'all, we are back. Gametime Audible. It is your boy Eric BZE Buck in the building, and there is Hewley, the sports guru. And we are now ready to talk a little b-ball, y'all, because as you know, in b-ball, things are still progressing. But the trade deadline has come and gone, and we had several interesting deals and a few major ones. Let's talk about a few of them. Who you got? What did you like? What did you
Damn,
think?
man, I'm gonna speak up for my man's Tone today, man. You know, damn, them was some crazy moves over there, man. I was like, y'all already got a good team. Damn, what else y'all want, man? Y'all want everything, man, to get what they got.
World champion Dodgers and the moves they made.
Yeah, you get Scherzer and you get Trey Turner. Mr. Right now, we call him Mr. Cycle because he had hit some of them, and he tied with the most cycles at 3.
I do believe so.
Man, that's cheating, man. To have those two guys, man. You got them right on the trade deadline, man. I was surprised too because the Nationals.
Not only did they get them, they stole them. What the hell are you doing, Washington Nationals? So y'all came to the trade deadline and said, you know what?
We shutting everybody.
I'm done.
Yeah, they got that team.
They basically going in the tank mode. Let's try to get this fit.
They even went out to Cole Hamill, man, trying to get the dust off of him today, bro. You think about that? I said, damn, man, LA is not championship.
Yeah, Dodgers, no fair, man. Understand, y'all spending over $325 million payroll now to fleece y'all second championship.
Thumbs down.
Y'all probably should have had 2 or 3 already at this point.
Pretty much.
I mean, when we go to the whole where my garbage can that year, and then of course there's another year where y'all got kind of close and probably should have made it. But yeah, clearly they are in New York Yankee mode over there in LA and said, okay, whoever the best free agents is out, we want them, we got them. And then y'all had to know to get pitching, starting pitching, which you already got very good starting pitching. You got the future Hall of Famer Kershaw. You got Walker Buehler that is lights out over there 10-1, ERA under 3. You got Trevor Bauer. I mean, problematic.
I was just about to say that's why they substitute that man right now. I think they said we know Trevor Bauer has ain't coming back. We probably got to scratch him from the roster even next year. Let's go at the straight.
Somewhere scratching around that roster is young David Price, and you probably got some innings out of him that you can still get. And then, of course, you got a solid bullpen, and you got Jansen still doing his thing at the tail end. And then, of course, you got all those utility players that you can pretty much plug and play damn near anywhere. It ain't fair, man. It ain't fair.
Yeah, now y'all put Trey Turner in that mix, man. Another utility player, man. Yeah, you're right, man. They are definitely trying to get that second one, man.
Right, and then of course, Chicago Cubs. I'm so disappointed in y'all.
Man,
y'all did all y'all boys wrong. Okay,
they got my boy. Why they let my boy leave?
After finally bringing a championship to the Cubs after about 90-some years, instead of retooling and redefining that team and trying to work it out for a couple more years, you just said, okay, well, we got all out of this. I know it's still some juice left in this box, but I don't want it no more. So bye Rizzo, bye Bryant, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be bye Baez and a few other folks on that squad next year. You know, already let the pitching staff go.
Javier Baez?
Yeah.
Shit, he gone. He with the Mets.
See what I'm saying? So bottom line, they didn't pretty much get the same thing. I don't care no more. Here you go. Yeah, they ain't let Theo Epstein leave, didn't they? Yeah, everybody gone. So back to mediocrity for another 50, 60 years. Hope you enjoy your past, the Chicago Cubs. Because meanwhile, remember, you compete not only with the people in the National League, but that team on the other side of town. And them White Sox looking damn good.
Yeah, they look good, man. They low key. But Tim Anderson and them guys over there, Jose Abreu, are killers, man.
Don't forget about Lance Lynn, potential Cy Young Award winner over there. And of course, Rodon not pitching bad either.
Yeah, that's a solid team, man. Low key too, man. They ain't making a lot of noise, and you don't hear nothing about them, but they in the mix though, man.
Absolutely. And you know, like I said, they made a couple minor little moves there. I gotta get this up for my Detroit Tigers, y'all. Way to stay pat. Thank you for not being sellers, man. Granted, we ain't got much to work with, but we working out with what we got. You know, I'm still on our manager AJ Hinch, but he is doing a decent job thus far, I must admit. Understand our pitching could be better. We got Mize pitching tonight. He's still kind of learning on the job. I mean, I kind of fault the ownership for that because these kids should have came up last year. It would have been a big time. While we had going on and it wasn't no pressure to win, they could have took their lumps last year, and then they probably
games last year. I mean, come on now.
Because understand, I know Gardy left for health reasons, but I really think it was because either one, they were pushing him to bring the kids up, and he didn't want that, or he was pushing for the kids to come up, and they didn't want that. One way or another, it was that. And then also keep in mind, down there in AA, we got Turkelson down there, we got Green down there, and they mashing. They hitting home runs, doubles, playing some good defense. Bottom line is, I know we kind of on the verge of the wild card, but if it don't really jump off these next few weeks, bring them kids on up. I want to see what they got. Because bottom line, they do anywhere close to decent. Next year, they need to be on this squad. There's no reason why you go ahead and let them marinate down there. This whole plan of take them to AA. Then next year, take them to AAA. Then scratch all that. We could be better earlier. Let them take their major league lumps, okay? You done brought up the Jacoby Joneses and the Grayson Grinders of the world back and forth, Buck Farmer and all them all these years. Tired of that. Bring up the good kids. We want to see what they got. Next year, Faedo is back and his arm is better. Bring him on up. These are all the people that we got in high draft picks. It's time for us to see what they got. They're in the rebuild. It's time for them to make the happen.
That's what I like too. I kind of browsed and seen some stuff about the Tigers, man. They said they trying to get some high caliber players on the team next season, man. And like you said, way to stay pat, man. They didn't trade a lot of our good players. You know, they got rid of the guys that we should have been got rid of too. big up to them doing that because I'm just glad that they're trying to retool the team. But I was more excited about them basically in the situation they're in, man. We didn't think they was going to be as good this year. I remember I was telling you, I thought they were going to lose 100 games, man. Here we are, 100 games, and they like how many games? Like maybe 6, 7 games under 500. I'm impressed, man.
Bottom line, I see them winning somewhere around 70-ish, and that myself is a win for this year. Bottom line, we not in the top 5 next year in the draft. That is an upgrade. I'll take it.
But yeah, man, I'm developing the players, man, and doing as well as they are because I didn't expect this year. And big ups to AJ Hinch, man, because we all looked at, you know what I'm about to bring up, man. We all looked at what happened with the Astros, and we didn't think that would be a good fit, man. We didn't want that aspect on our team, but to see what he did with these young guys, how they developing them, Viva like, man, we're gonna make this team better. But I was really happy when Viva said before the break, before the trade deadline, we ain't trading anybody. We keeping our team, and if we feel like we want to get rid of people, it's gonna be to bring up more people.
Right.
So
now, y'all, here's the thing. You know we got Miggy chasing history and whatnot. Okay? But that being said, part of why this team cannot grow the way it needs to is because we're trying to keep Miggy happy. We're trying to show the Hall of Famers some respect. Bottom line, in the ideal world, Miggy should not be playing on an everyday basis right now. Not even at DH, okay? Yeah, he on a hot streak right now, mind you. But overall, not the best season. Hitting somewhere around 250. You know, got a few home runs. Still got a little pop left in the back. But bottom line is we've been trying to either make a room for him on third base or first base or DH for like the last 5-6 years past his prime now. And the ideal world, if he was not making some $30-something million, he'd be gone already. We are not okay, this is going to take the rest of his $90 million to be gone. I get that. But that being said, next year, after hit number 3,000 or soon after, Mickey, here's the deal. You either part-time now, or we're going to try to do like we did with your boy Albert Pujols and find you a place to go DH, and you go on here and finish it out that way. No disrespect. We're going to give you your trophy and your statue later on down the line. Have your Hall of Fame cap for the Detroit and all of that. But, yeah, we got to move on with this rebuild. And that's not going to happen until we get him out the DH spot. Because truthfully, that's probably Jammer Candelaria's spot in the future, to be honest. Because he had a decent fielder at third, but if Torkelson is coming up, that's his spot, okay? We keep Scope, leave him at first base. Green got one of the outfield spots, but Dude going to be in center, and then we go from there.
I was really happy that they kept Jonathan Scope because I thought he was gone. Remember, we talked about that. He was going to be one of the guys people had their eye on, and they was going to pursue us to try to give us some pretty good prospects to go with what we already have, just to lure him to that team. Yeah, man, that was a huge surprise, him staying over. But
right,
man,
I'm surprised they kept Robbie Grossman too. To be honest, it's like everybody might have had a little interest in him, but of all people they traded, Daniel Norris, of all people. To Baltimore, no less. Basically, they traded somebody that might be something for somebody that kind of is not nothing yet. So I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, it's still like we'll have to see.
Yeah, but all in all, like I said, the one key person that I feel sorry for is this guy right here, Mr. Ohtani, because one. The help that he's supposed to be having right now, one Mike Trout, he still ain't quite right yet. That injury definitely must be worse than what we think it is. I think he might be done for the season. I think he might be done for the season.
Man, you heard about Rendon too? He gone.
Yeah, Rendon is definitely done for the season.
That definitely ain't helping, man. They were trying to put the pieces in. It's just, man, they can't stay healthy, man.
Right, and bottom line, the Angels have committed to spending money, but the main thing they need to spend the money on and get the trade for is the same thing they drafted for. Remember, in the last MLB draft, there was 20 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
What did the LA Angels draft for in each and every round this year, Hugh? The first team ever.
Every single round.
Every single round, they picked a pitcher. Never been done before in the history of MLB draft. All for one position. That's just how bad they need pitching because it's about them and starting pitching. Like they ain't had no damn good starting pitching. It seemed like since back in the Nolan Ryan days, back when they had him and Frank Tanana and shit.
And they and they had a half decent pitcher in Jared Weaver, but how long ago that was?
Exactly.
That was like
mid-90s maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe 2000. Jim Abbott. I mean, we got to go that far back.
You can't even name too many of their good starting pitchers, man.
Right. You know,
they had some players.
Right. They had some decent relievers over the year. You remember Fernando Rodney was there. The guy that ended up here eventually, Rodriguez, he was there.
Fernando Rodney. I don't even talk about that clown.
Yeah, that guy.
But he was clowning, man, when he because at first we didn't know. I was a little upset when we gave up on him too soon, man. We didn't know he was alcoholic at first, and if we would have found got him right, I think that he would have been a pretty good closer because when he went to the Rays and went to all those places, man, that dude was phenomenal, man.
Right. And understand another person we definitely gave up on too soon. The person now leading the league in the National League in batting average, one Castellanos.
Man. What was my man's name? He on MLB Network right now. I forgot his first name, last name Pena. We gave up on him too soon.
We gave up on Suarez too soon. Where do I begin, y'all? It's so many people that we just sold off on over the years. We should still be
Garcia, man. I thought we gave up on him too soon. Look at him over there with the Brewers, man.
Exactly. So but at any rate, the Dodgers, y'all gotta win, okay? Because the crazy they still 3 games behind San Francisco. And I don't know what's going on in the water over there this year, but I actually watched the Giants game and they don't look overly impressive offhand, but yet they getting it done, Hugh.
They got them scrappy ass players. Like I've always liked Brandon Belt, man. He one of them greasy, long haired dudes, man, but he gets the job done. But I love to see him play. He's an exciting player to watch, man. If people watch baseball, or they fans of baseball, and they listening to the show, man, definitely check out Brandon Belt, man. He played the game like it's supposed to be played. He reminds me of one of them old school throwbacks, man.
And one of the better underrated leaders in baseball, Buster Posey. Don't forget about that.
Damn, man.
From the Giants. It seemed like he's been in the league forever.
Forever, man. And he's still that dude.
Oh, yeah.
Surprised me, too, is by looking at Chris Bryant, man. That's just going to add a little more sting to them, man. So, they didn't have to really do much, man. They just could have stayed put. But getting Chris Bryant was really a huge factor, too, man. That might just keep them to the point where they keep that 3-game cushion, man. So, we'll see what's going to happen.
And again, it ain't a done deal for the Dodgers either because don't sleep on them San Diego Padres either.
You ain't lying, man.
Smashing over there.
My boy hurt right now. He was on the 10-game delay, but when Fernando Tatis is healthy, man, he deserved every bit, man. I think actually, y'all probably don't believe when I say this, man. I think he should have got more money than what he got, man. They got him as a steal right now, as good as he's been playing.
Right. And then, of course, the Yankees, they always put in their usual yearly bid to buy some big free agents and steal them one. But the problem they got now, Garrett Cole out with good old COVID. Now, y'all knew at some point COVID was going to start to play a role in the season. And it is starting to happen now. Several players have tested positive in the last couple of weeks with COVID, okay? So, again.
Man, let's talk about some of their players they got too, because they definitely ain't right neither, man. They said, man, we don't really need to worry about pitching, even though they got a really good pitcher or relief pitcher in their lineup, because they said just in case my man Aroldis Chapman mess up, man, because he's been kind of iffy lately. got rocked a few times in the closing role. They got a guy like Dan will actually have him take the place of Aroldis if he's not really playing up to par. Then they said, man, let's go after some bats, man. They got Joey Gallo, and I said, damn, like I kind of figured that because remember that was a rumor all along. Then they
Man,
got
look,
Rizzo.
all I want to do is go to Yankee Stadium and see batting practice every day. Okay, think
That's
about
one
it.
of the
Batting practice. You
teams in
got
the league.
Rizzo, you got Gallo, you got Stanton, you got Judge, just hitting bombs all up and through that
Yeah,
boat.
Sanchez.
It just ain't right, man. Torres over there. I mean, it's a lot
I
of
love Torres.
right. And if they can
And
somehow
for show.
right, if they can get Corey Kluber to come back before the end of the season healthy, they still got some over there, man. It still can happen for them. What's going on, E? Shout out to Goddess Empress here in the Vigo streets. But in terms of the whole situation, I think it was a lot of winners in free agency and not that many losers. Basically, the teams that look to get better, they did get a little better. The teams that's on the verge, they basically still on the verge. Then there's those up and coming teams. Hell, if we can get the Tigers to keep it pushing with some of these better teams the next few weeks, they still gonna be in the mix to a small degree. I'm doing good, E. We're just doing our sports podcast here. Me and the sports guru.
Yeah, because it's been really good in baseball too, man. And it's getting to the point where the game's gonna get nastier. They about to start fighting more, man, because everything is like down. They about to start putting them in the ranking form, man. Because before you know it, October will be here.
Right.
Hell, we in this right now.
Now keep in mind, y'all, we probably go on for another half hour about this baseball alone, but we got a couple of big ones we still got to talk about. When we come on back, we're going to take the briefest of commercial breaks, and then we got to talk about what's going on in college this season. Because you have a college athlete that you know,
money.
It's time to get this cracking up in here. Shout out to my people throwing the lottery here in the Vigo Street. So, yeah, they got some excitement going on there, too. But nonetheless, when we get back, we about to talk about college sports. If your boo-boo or your man got some college ability skills sports-wise, it's time for them to get paid. We'll be right back. Right after this here. I mean, don't go nowhere. It's going to go back so quick.
Let's talk.
What's going on? Shout out to Goddess Empress in the building on the Vigo streets making things happen. Lottery jumping, running the gifts. I see you, girl. I see you. Meanwhile, here we are having a discussion about college sports athletes. Now, you remember when we first talked about this and we said that Congress basically led the way for Supreme Court to rule on it. Supreme Court said, yeah, let them kids make some money. And NCAA said, well, do y'all, man. We're just sitting the cut, and however y'all work it out for your likeness and images and whatnot, however you can get paid, y'all do that. So far, that's exactly what is happening. We got shoe deals, we got commercial deals, we got product endorsements going on, we got athletic wear, we got people being paid for interviews, we got people getting paid to do their own YouTube channels, we got people getting paid for their social media access. You name it, they're working it out. And it's not just the football players and the basketball players, baseball players, lacrosse players, soccer players, you name it. These kids is cashing out. It's certain schools saying, hey, we're going to pay each player on the team such and such amount of money. And certain people saying, okay, we got a job for you working at the dealership. All you got to do is sit at the desk and greet people. We're going to pay you $5,000 to do that. You name it, these deals is jumping off, okay? And understand, some of these deals that you see now, they've been going on under the table for years. Let me tell you a story. This is a story that even the guru hasn't heard from me, but I did finally remember it. Years ago, as you know, I went to college. Shout out to EMU. And as a school reporter there, I was working for the school newspaper. these school newspapers. That part's important. A friend of mine, one of my good buddies in college, was a member of the baseball team, okay? One day we are at the eatery, as we tend to be during lunchtime, ready to get something to eat. My man's, and we'll leave the names out. Yeah, E, you got some money? I'm trying to grab such and such and such. No problem. Because me and this man, we go back and forth all the time. We always loan money to each other. That was my guy. That was my homeboy. So here's $20. Now, understand, we're talking the year 1992, where there was not these things walking around with cameras and such on it, okay? So what happens is I give him the $20 in a public setting. A person snapshots us making this exchange of $20. Now what happens is, come to find out, the ex-girlfriend of said player is the one who took this particular photograph and then took that photograph to the powers that be, that in turn led that going to the athletic department, which led it going to the coach, and then the coach was informed that, yeah, this may potentially be a violation of NCAA policy in regards to athletes being paid. Why, you ask? Remember, Eric Buckner, Eastern Echo news reporter, working for the school, okay? Working for a public entity. Basically, the school doing a little extra something. That's how all that was viewed, or could have been viewed. So, yeah, we both had to be investigated. In fact, my friend had to take a day or two off from practice as it was being investigated. So, yeah, we had to sit there and explain, yeah, we are buddies. We hang out. He is in the dorm right next to me. Blah, 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 blah. We loan each other money all the time. And it actually got to the point, Hugh, in order for him to be eligible again, do you know that I had to let him pay me back that $20 in front of some type of official and then basically sign off that that's what it was?
Man, that's crazy.
So basically, we had to make sure from now on that when we were in public, we were not in public. In other words, we had to basically say, okay, look, we can't hang out in public no more. We'll hang out in the dorms and shit, but in public, we gotta leave each other alone. Understand, he was just basic person A on the team. You know what I'm saying? No superstar, just one of the players. I was just one of the people that wrote for the paper. No superstar reporter, just basic reporter A. But because of the NCAA rules at that time, that was deemed inappropriate, okay? 20 punk ass dollars, Hugh.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, man.
So now understand, now in this day and age, you laugh at that story, okay? $20 is nothing. And understand, even back then it was nothing. Because we had loaned bigger amounts because he was getting bigger amounts. But that's another story for another day. Maybe that'll make the book one day when I write. But nonetheless, yeah, now we ain't got to worry about that because it's all good. These people are allowed to make additional money, and they should be. This whole argument, well, their education from the scholarship, that's payment enough. That scholarship's worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. We know most of the people that graduate from college do not go into the field of study of which they graduate from. I am living proof of that. The closest I ever got to telecommunication and film is what we're doing right now. But I spent most of my years working as a cook or a loading dock person or somebody that, a stock person, all of that. I was not working on TV or radio or on the movies as was the initial plan. Actually, that wasn't even the initial plan. I was supposed to be a journalist, but I digress. Bottom line is now these deals are out here. And if your man or your boo-boo is about to start school and be a college athlete, you might want to consult your local person that sets up deals. You know what I'm saying? Your agent, that guy. Hey, he's going to be on the football team. Can we get him a little something? You never know. That might lead to you getting some extra stuff for the house or an extra house. Who knows? Bottom line, remember, most of the people that play college sports are never going pro, not one day of their life. So if they can get these extra deals and get this extra money to put up for later on in life, I'm completely with you.
Because they can live comfortable. Because I've seen contracts and kind of read under the NIL, guys can get like $800,000, not even including like when they do their endorsements. You know, so that'll be good, man. Definitely for kids who are single mothers out here, man.
Not to mention that will make some of them not be in such a big hurry to go pro so quickly before they
Yep.
ready. That's why you had several people drop out the draft at the last minute to come on back to school.
You're right, man. Perfect timing too, man.
Like Hunter Dixon from Michigan, for example. That brother gonna make some money doing something on campus, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. That's
And
kind of good for us too.
Mm-hmm.
Because we already said NCAA was the biggest pimps in the world, man.
Right.
See how they took out the Fab Five.
Absolutely. And bottom line was that's only part of the story, okay? Not to put Jalen Rose and them out there, but yeah, Chris wasn't the only one to get money. It's a reason why that beef is a little deeper than what people know.
It was like everybody had this in the job.
But we don't know what everybody else got. And yeah, I'm just here to tell you, they wasn't starving, like someone was saying. It was bold that yeah, their jerseys was making this big money and they wasn't, but they wasn't starving, y'all. I promise you. That's another story for another day. But anyway, yeah, college athlete, get your money. Shout out to my cousin, Mr. Sprott. You know what I'm talking about. Get your money, bruh. They got some deals down at Sam Houston State. Get yours, bro. Make that money. I ain't mad at none of it.
Speaking of, shouts out to my brother's godson, Tyson Watson, Michigan State, man. You go ahead and do your thing, man. Make that money, man.
Right. And Keon, I want to see Mo Duncan this year. Mo Duncan. Dunk on them fools. But anyway, that is that much. Let's get on to this last topic before we head out. We got to talk NFL before we go. Got to. Otherwise, you're going to get mad and want to quit. You can't have that.
I was actually comfortable not talking about it today. But we definitely got to talk about it, man. Hey, you know what time it is, man. You know what tomorrow is, D. You know what tomorrow is? Yeah, we got to get into that Hall of Fame game, man. It's going to be actually a pretty good one, too, man.
Hey, y'all. And we got two teams of interest playing that game.
It's a hell of a Hall of Fame game, too. That's an old school flashback with those two teams, bro.
Yeah. That's some old school NFL stylings right there. The Steelers and the good old Dallas Cowboys. But yeah. Question one. Dak. Is we gonna see Dak tomorrow?
Probably not. Maybe a couple of maybe 2 series. But he needs to sit his down somewhere.
I say he played that first 4 downs and he up out of there. Yeah, my arm still works. Okay, I'm good. Again, same with the running back. He gonna run the ball about 2 times. Okay, you good? Go on, sit down. Amari, yeah, you caught one. Okay, cool. You sit down. Yeah. Bottom line, we're gonna see a lot of other 3rd and 4th rounders play this game. So in terms of actual quality of game, not so much. I see. But yeah, I'm still looking forward to football though. It's football. Hey.
Yeah, it's getting so close. At the end of this month, college come on, man, and then the NFL gonna hit, man. It's gonna hit like a ton of bricks, man.
But yeah, the real question is combined question one with previous topic. When is the college sports game coming out? I need some NCAA football on PS5. I need some NCAA basketball on PS5. And when you do it, could you do me a favor, just like y'all did with the NBA Live? Can we get some women's basketball on there too? Could I get some UConn on that bad boy?
I would definitely like to get some college chicks on the games. That'll be dope, man.
That way they get money too. I want everybody to get paid. Bottom line, if Notre Dame and all them gonna get paid, I want to see my girls on UConn get paid. Make their money.
I want to see how they salaries look too, man. That's interesting.
Squad this year, I'm telling you. The scary part about the whole thing, I got to bring up my home girl. Yeah, said Bill. You check this out later on. Yeah, I went there. I know it's your favorite part of the show. I got to talk about my boo Paige Beckers. Remember, she was a college basketball player of the year, and she was injured for half the year with that ankle. That wasn't even her best work. And now you bring the #1 recruit in the country to play with her and bring back half the squad from last year. It might be like the old UConn back when they had Stewart. and they come on the court, be like, okay, then you look up like, damn, they up by 50. For real? All right. Everybody go sit down. Second unit come in. All right, we up by 79. All right, everybody else go sit down. You and the water girl, y'all come on in and finish up. And then you look up like, okay, they won 108 to 39. Damn. I want to see some of that. Just out them crucial butt whoopings.
Yeah, man. I definitely want to see that in the games too, man. But
that ain't what you want to see. You want to see what they working with, the nasty butt, Mr. Promo. But what he really want to see, y'all. He ready to see some Alabama, y'all. You know they still. You know they done stacked the deck all over again. You already know the quarterback. You know he gonna get paid. Whoever Alabama's quarterback is from now on will get paid.
Oh, yeah, they're talking about hitting it with $1 million already, bro. You heard about that?
That's automatically whoever the Alabama or Notre Dame quarterback for that matter, they gonna get paid off rip, okay?
Oh yeah. Yo, how you feel about your boys too? Before we get off of that topic, I know you know about this, man. How you feel about soon coming through a conference near you? SEC gets Texas and Oklahoma, man. That's gonna be crazy. Why you shake your head, E, man? Talk to me, brother.
That ain't fair either, dog. That ain't fair at all. Big Ten already like, okay, look, we already got problems dealing with these things. Now we gotta find some other teams. That's talking about rough. Bottom line is Big 12 about to be over, y'all.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Like how the Big East, and they came back with a bootleg version of Big East later on. That's about what's gonna happen to the Big 12. So yeah, Texas, Oklahoma gone. Texas A&M ain't happy about it, but so be it. But nonetheless, yeah, it's only a matter of time for Kansas and Kansas State probably come on to the Big Ten, and they probably put a couple more of them teams in the Mountain West or Pac-12, and that's gonna be that. But yeah, the Power Five about to be the Big Four.
That's messed up, man.
I mean, and plus, remember, it all makes sense. You remember, the plan is to go from not having the 4 teams, but having 8 teams, and that works out perfectly if you got the 4 big conferences. So you're gonna go with the winner of each of them Big 4 conferences, and then the 4 at-large bids. 2 of them at-large bids will be the 2 best records out of them 4 conferences, and then the 2 from whatever bootleg school that happen to go 11-0. Knock them out, and then we go from there.
They need to put that in there too, man. Because remember, at one point we didn't know anything about Boise State, man. We always thought when they first played Oklahoma, I said, "Ain't no way, man." But when they stunned them and they beat a few big name teams, and that's when people start paying attention. Like, yeah, give these teams a chance, man. You never know what can happen.
Right. Same with Gonzaga in basketball. All them years they get them preseason games against some teams they ain't got no business playing and mess around and whoop that butt. As UCLA and USC and some of them teams out west that they end up putting a whooping on. And now Gonzaga one of the spots to be in.
Powerhouse, man.
Out in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, man, NFL, some other interesting things and some of these training camps going on. For example, they say Chicago training camp, they say somebody's man right now. And no, it ain't the Red Rocket. What you know about that one, Hugh?
My man's Justin Field.
They say he the real deal, bro. They say at the rate he's looking right now, it look like he might be day one starter, baby.
I know he was the real deal, man, when they played Clemson, man, because you know everybody laughed like all Ohio State about to get ran out the building. And it was the opposite, man. They beat the crap out of Clemson. So when we seen that, man, that shocked the hell out of me. I was like, man, I want to know what's going to happen when they play Bama. But then I was like, man, I want to see how they play in that game. But then, you know, it wasn't no game. You know, let's keep it real, you know. That was a laugher.
You know he had to go there, y'all. You know he had to go there, right? You know, y'all still showing me much love here. I see y'all. No Bigo. But yeah, no man, the Bears they might surprise a few folks.
They got enough. They always had a decent squad. I just felt like Mitch Trubisky was letting them down, man. And then the backup let them down. It wasn't like they were being
Crazy
persistent.
part is he's still on that squad, and he ain't even been mentioned in none of that. Not at
Damn,
all.
he's still over there.
So I'm
Yeah,
interested to see. I'm interested to see where he might end up. A place where he
that's
might end
all
up.
before the season.
A place where he might end up.
Where at?
Indianapolis, because guess who's hurt again?
Yeah, Wentz. How the hell, man? At first, I thought they was gonna get your boy over there, man, Nick Foles, because Frank Reich and him and that.
That's been the talk in the sports universe the last couple of days. He the ideal person to get. Him and Frank Wright, they done worked together in the past. He was the one working with him when they went to the Super Bowl that year.
Mm-hmm.
But in the same token, they're saying that might bruise Carson Wentz's ego to have that dude breathing
Come back
behind him.
and threaten his job like he did before.
But Jacoby Brissett, where did he end up going?
Jacoby Brissett still over there. That's another thing because you was talking about that in the past. How they're not giving that guy a chance, man. It's like let Jacoby do his thing, man. I thought he was decent when he played in New England, and he won a few games with the Colts. And not only that, man, he ain't gonna lose a game. He ain't gonna make too many mental or physical mistakes to where he will lose a game, man. Get that guy a chance, man. Let him, do his thing, man.
Because I promise you, if Jared Goff don't get it done this year, and we need him to get it done this year, he got a 1-year audition. If that don't happen, I need him to grab a Jacoby Brissett or Tyron Taylor and let them be the quarterback for a couple years, or just scrap the whole thing and let's try to get the number 1 pick again. And whoever is the quarterback coming out of college, I guess whoever is running Alabama or Florida or one of them schools, that's who I need the Lions to go get, okay? But we ain't got time for this no more.
What's my man's name from Clemson? No, I don't think he gonna come out yet, man. He was a freshman.
Oh, you talking about I know they somehow related to Tua and them, as I recall.
Yeah, he got the crazy Hawaiian name. What is it? Uliangalale?
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, he definitely will be a quarterback to look out for. And bottom line, Hugh, let me ask you this, sports guru, Jacksonville. Tebow, is he making the squad, dog? And if he is he going to straight up be a tight end, or is he on some type of hokum pokum gimmicky type thing?
They better not be doing no trick plays with him. I've seen Tebow, and Tebow's ripped. He definitely got the size of a tight end now, but it's like I would be surprised if he make the team. I don't think he gonna come out the gates and be like an Antonio Gates or Tony Gonzaga or somebody like that. I'd be surprised if he do, man. I definitely will. They're saying he looked good over there, but I just don't think he have enough in him. I think the time that he spent trying to play in the minors definitely hurt his chances to coming back in the NFL. He should have stuck it out in the NFL. Got rid of his ego, threw his ego to the side, and said, "Okay, I can't do the quarterback position, or if I'm not playing at a high level at the quarterback position, let me try tight end or a different position." But he didn't want to do that at the time.
Bottom
and that time
is
minors.
That he should have went on ahead and said, "Okay, I'll be the fullback, or I'll be the basically whatever the Patriots was trying to do with him." I'm pretty like part wildcat, part decoy, part whatever. In the end, if that's the role that you're gonna have him be in, so be it. But do not let him be your starting tight end. Do not let him be your second tight end. He is your third tight end / gimmick player. And in the end, don't go to it too often, okay? Because you still got what's supposed to be one of the best quarterbacks of a generation back there in the backfield in Trevor Lawrence. So
think out of Trevor Lawrence, man.
And you don't want to put the golden boy in a bad state of mind, thinking that in the end it's Tebow's job and you just holding it for him.
Yeah, they better not be that stupid, man.
Right. Don't make scenario, you make him third string quarterback, because that's what you really wanted to do. Yeah, they wanted to challenge me to sing on Bigo. Don't y'all see I'm busy doing a show here, people? No. What up, Bebop? I see you. But yeah, it's some interesting storylines going on in the NFL. I am definitely interested to see what goes on with it. Now, before we go, Hugh, do you have an announcement for the people? I think you do. Are you ready?
Announcement? Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Hold on. We're gonna give you the screen. Hugh has an announcement, folks. Y'all gonna like this one here.
You kind of put me on blast. I forgot about the announcement today, but yeah, I'm gonna be doing not only football, so man, I'm gonna be talking about college football and everything into the NFL and to the pros.
Say all that again, Hugh.
Huh?
Okay, that's weird. No, when we went to solo, you sounded all robot like. Ain't nobody hear that. You want to say
Oh
it
yeah.
again.
Hey man, I want to know what's going on with the technical support.
We'll mute my mic and do it that way. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, the big news, and at the end of this month, man, I'm gonna be dropping my solo football show, and I'm gonna be talking about college football and the NFL. Of course, you know that's my baby right there. So I'm definitely glad to do that. Looking forward to it. Want y'all to interact with me, man. The best part about it is for the people who already know me, it's gonna really interact even better now because it's gonna be pure to the game. So I'm making the Pure to the Game blog, and I'm gonna have a podcast as well now. So yeah, definitely join me, man. We'll let y'all know when it drop. We keep y'all, ready. We'll definitely promote it for you. So yeah, man, if you feel free, that's what I like to talk about, man. I'm definitely versatile in all sports, but football is my first love, man. So I definitely appreciate you guys to come in. Stay tuned to Pure to the Game and listen to the blog. But now it's gonna be the podcast as well. So man, definitely appreciate y'all in advance for already showing love and support on the blog sport podcast. But just hope y'all tune in and check me out.
So there it is, y'all. The announcement. Pure to the Game football podcast coming soon to the Nighthawk Network. Nighthawk Network. Our voices for our people. Yep. So yeah, just as I figured, he was trying to take over the show all along and make it all about football. Ha ha. Yeah, come on there. No, that ain't what it is, y'all. For real though, yeah, football is something he is very passionate about. He has a lot of good information in regards to that. He will break it down. He's gonna break down some of the games. We're gonna get our sports gamble on. And keep in mind, as part of that podcast, we will also be starting the first ever Nighthawk Network / Gametime Audible / Pure to the Game Fantasy Football League. Okay, we're gonna tell y'all a little bit about that next week. But yeah, you ain't gonna have to pay no money to get in, but you will win some money possibly. It's going down like that. So you definitely want to know what's going on with this. We will talk about it next week and see if we can get y'all to be a part of that doggone thing. But in the meanwhile, shout out to everybody who will check out the show later on. Wish more of y'all would have caught us live tonight. See, we didn't get much in terms of commentary, but thankful to the people on the Vigo streets that chimed in and showed love. Thanks for the roll who always comes through, say hello.
Yeah, they showing love. Appreciate it.
We do know that part of the reason why some of us are not available to discuss, in particular my sister, Aunt Nikki, and Miss Elena Hologram, also known as Derek Smith, they are having some situations going on in their world right now. We ask that you keep them in your prayers, that you hold them up. The Nighthawk Network, we had some struggles of late in terms of some of our members and some of the things going on in their lives, but they are in our prayers. Also prayers for my brother Big Meech, and also to the one and only Big Red Fella. Be sure you check out his new album on iTunes, by the way, a blues album. It is. So check out Big Red Fella on Apple Music. But yeah, y'all, all we could really say in regards to anything else, COVID is real, not only in the sports world, but in our world also. So please make sure that when you go out and about, you do the things you need to do to stay safe. Mask up when you can, social distance when you can. It's not over yet. We got to be mindful, Anything to add to that, Hugh, before we head out?
Man, I want to send prayers out to everybody, who's going through the hard times right now. I just want y'all to know y'all got our love and support. We all a phone call away. Hit me up on Messenger, man. Just, want to keep y'all heads up, man. We love y'all and give y'all our full support. And we pray that everything get better for you.
Absolutely. And remember, family, Nighthawk Network support family in particular. We are here. Hit us up. You need to talk. You know what it is. But at any rate, thank you guys for checking out the show. Make sure you also liking and following us on YouTube. Find us on Eric Buckner Nighthawk Network Detroit. Make sure that you like and subscribe to that bad boy. We appreciate you. Thank you very much. We got big things up and coming. I said we got new broadcasting shows. Pride. Shout out to Pride Hunter. Somewhere down the line, Pride is coming with a gospel according to Pride. Man, let me know what's up, man. Stop watching SmackDown and come holler at your boy.
We want to talk that wrestling with you, boy.
Yeah, but Summer Asina. Don't get me started. But anyway, yeah. Thank you, y'all. We appreciate you. We love you. We mean it. We will catch y'all next Wednesday about this time to talk some more sports. Until then, y'all, please be safe. Hold on. Before we go, we got to go here. You know what to do, Hugh.
Thank you guys for all the love and support, man. I'm about to launch that podcast soon, man. But stay tuned to Pure to the Game, man. The blog. All I do is talk sports, man. You already know to hit me up, man. Check me out. I'm gonna put all the news you need on there, man. Make some comments to make my show better. If y'all want to help out, definitely, hit me up. Let me know what you want to hear about. But thank you all for all the love and support y'all shown already, and just hope that y'all get ready for the football edition. So thank you all, and thanks for all the love and support so far, and definitely ready to expand.
Absolutely. And I second that emotion. Anyway, we're gone, man. We is gone. Don't forget about me, guys. Don't forget about we ain't forgot about you, Bernie, man. We know you still in Washington doing your thing. You work on our infrastructure bill. Let us handle the sports, okay? But anyway, we up out of here, y'all. Till next time. Peace.
Peace out.
Wait a minute. There you go. Yeah, peace.
Gametime Audible is a Nighthawk Network.